But first, the story that we are breaking right at the very top. US President Donald Trump is now to speak to Russian President Vladimir Putin on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. The conversation over the phone as of now has been scheduled for some time on Tuesday. It is the first direct talks between the two principals, Donald Trump, President of the United States, and Vladimir Putin of Russia. They are expected to talk on a potential truce proposal that both sides hope would end the war in Ukraine, at least for now. Ukraine has already agreed to a 30-day ceasefire proposal. Russia, on the other hand, has been unwilling so far to commit to any ceasefire proposal. Trump, though, has expressed confidence that the war can be ended as soon as possible. That's the big story at the moment that the world is watching. Can there be an end to the Ukraine-Russia war? Diplomatic Affairs Editor Geeta Mohan is at the Raisina Dialogue that's taking place in the national capital. Geeta, is there any possibility that those watching see an early breakthrough at all? Or is Putin, according to them, buying time?
Well, it is certainly not buying time, because this was something that was to happen. A conversation between President Trump and President Putin was something that President Trump had spoken of, that he would be talking to Putin, and therefore the conversation is going to take place. Dmitry Peskov, spokesperson at the presidential office in Kremlin, in Russia, said that they are looking at all current agendas. The agenda could include all the current issues. So he's not been specific on what this entails, but like you rightly said, Rajdeep, it certainly would focus on bringing about a truce deal. What would that truce deal entail? Will that mean that they are looking at the areas that are occupied by Russia, going to Russia, or is there going to be a compromise where certain areas will have to be returned or given back to Ukraine? These are nitty-gritties that will be spelled out, but certainly for America, what is important over here is what it gets in return. And what it wants is peace, so that there can be a proper minerals deal with Ukraine, and in future maybe in territories that will be occupied by Russia as well.
You're at the Raisina Dialogue. What's the mood out there? There are several leaders from Intel chiefs and other leaders, including from the Five Eyes. Is there a sense that there could be an early ceasefire, or is there a belief that this is only the first step?
Well, it is a first step, but I've been speaking to a lot of people over here. Like you said, a lot of representation from the Five Eyes as well, including New Zealand. And most of them, what they really want is peace right now. A lot of European countries represented over here. I spoke with the Deputy Prime Minister of Slovenia, speaking to others as well. Poland representing itself over here. All of them, the war fatigue, Rajdeep, has indeed set in. Everybody over here wants peace. They understand the vulnerability of Europe right now, with Trump's position having changed. And therefore, what they're looking at is, at the earliest, if there can be a ceasefire, a truce, whatever the understanding between Ukraine and Russia, certainly would be acceptable. I spoke with Kiran Bilamoria as well. He is a member of parliament from the UK. Again, war fatigue setting in, and everybody over here certainly seeking peace. So any conversation that is moving in the right direction to have Putin and Zelensky come to the negotiating table or to a truce is acceptable to everyone for now.
Okay, let me leave it there, Geeta. We'll, of course, track that closely in the next 24 hours, what happens in that crucial meeting between the Russian president and the US president.